boxing, when it could be used as a crutch, as an excuse to pull out a fight. Now, I don't particularly think that Adrian Broner's a guy who ducks and dodges anybody. You know, you look at the people he's taken on. Um, but you know, it begs the question because both Javante Tank and Omar Figueroa went in on him concerning the mental health, uh, uh, the mental health issue that he said he's having. All right, Javante Davis said that's just a way of saying you a bitch. Now, of recent times, and Omar Figueroa, of course, went in on him, you know, saying that he's a spoiled brat and that basically he's indisciplined. Omar Figueroa's replacement is going to be Sergio Lipinets, right? All right, so let's get into this once and for all and deal with this, the mental health issues. Now, all boxers go through mental health issues, and most boxers have mental health issues, you know, which is why they even pick boxing, okay? Um, so it's kind of it's kind of redundant when you say you have mental health issues, and that's why you're pulling out of a fight, okay? Um, Especially if you've been training for the fight for a very long time. It's kind of, you know, I mean, so it definitely can look like an excuse. A boxer can just say, "Oh, I have mental health issues. I'll pull out a fight." But it is a real thing. Mental health is a problem with a lot of people. Now, Tyson Fury said he had mental health issues, but it never stopped him from fighting. When you look at Ryan Garcia, he pulled out a fight because of mental health issues. People respected him a lot. Yet, you know, they're going in on Broner because Broner's a guy you can bash at will. But I'm gonna be straight. Both Ryan Garcia and Adrian Broner might have been just trying to get out of the fights. Why would you want to do that after training so long? I don't know with Adrian Broner, but obviously they did not know how to finish what they started. And this is what Javante Davis, this is what Omar Figueroa, they're going in on them about because both Figueroa and Javante Davis have experienced guys who pull out of fights, you know, or pull out of, or seen guys who pull out of transactions for different reasons. But one of them was because of mental health. I mean, the most recent guy. Um, so is there a valid claim to mental health with boxers? Of course, there's always a valid claim. I mean, but I do believe that it can be used as a crutch and an excuse, especially if you ain't got no injuries or nothing. You can just pull the mental health card, you know, and pull out a fight because you don't want to follow through with it. So, and that is a weakness. You know, if you have mental health issues, you should be resolving that, but still do what you do best inside the ring and try to get those fights done. The one thing you can't say about Tyson Fury is that he didn't pull out no fight because of mental health issues. You know what I mean? Now, when you start pulling out a fight, you could have mental health issues, deal with that, but once you get a contracted fight done, you try to complete that and you get assistance with your mental health so that it can gear you towards getting the fights done and then handling the issues after that. But I do believe, you know, people saying they pull out of fights because of mental health and that sort of stuff. I don't think that's a good reason to pull out of a fight, in my opinion. Um, you know, it was interesting hearing the podcast talk about, you know, all of these disappointments the fans are seeing with canceled fights. A lot of canceled fights of late, and really good matchups. And it's really again a disappointing thing for the sport because the sport, once it gets some momentum, once it starts to heat up, then we got people who are afraid, whatever fears it is, or there are people trying to swindle other people that stop some of the really tantalizing fights from happening. And remember, we as fans, we want to see good fights. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see no mismatch fight. In this day and age, people don't really like so much showcase fights. People don't like showcase fights no more. If we know if the fight look one sided, nobody's interested in that. People are interested in competitive fights. People are interested in fights where They have to speculate who will win. That's the kind of thing people are looking forward to. So when you don't give them that, for whatever reason, it's very disappointing. Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford is one of the biggest fights out there. And once that fight is made, it would be, I mean, I can't tell you how monumentally disappointing it would be if one of those guys pull out the fight. Because it's a really great matchup. And there are no losers in fights like that. That's what people don't understand. That's a big payday. You don't lose. You're etching your name in history. By facing a guy of that caliber. You got both these guys will make each other. And so that's why this fight between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford is going to be a big, 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 mega fight. Great fight. And who knows? They might face each other again sometime down the road. So all I'm saying is, you want to make the big fights, especially the big fights. You got a guy that's built his name a bit, like Omar Figueroa. You got a guy like Adrian Broner who's built his name. You want to see those two guys clash. You want to see a Mickey Bay and a Tevin Farmer. You want to see, well, I ain't going to say too much but about Hasim Rahman versus the other guy. You want to see a Ryan Garcia versus a Tank, or a Devin Haney versus a Tank, or a Devin Haney versus a Loma, or a Tank versus a Loma. You want to see these kinds of fights. You want to see a Reggie Prograis versus a Teofimo Lopez, or a Reggie Prograis versus a Jose Ramirez, or a Jose Zepeda, which is what we're going to get, hopefully. We're going to get Prograis versus Zepeda. That's a really good fight again. Two southpaws, they've been on winning streaks. They've been doing well. I want to see that. Those are the kinds of fights you want to see. You don't want to see Teofimo versus whatever the cab driver was that came up. Okay, let me not disrespect the guy. The guy from Mexico that came up and faced Teofimo. Nobody want to see that. It's not a showcase fight. It's a fight to build confidence for Teo. But it's not. The dude wasn't a test for Teo. You know what I mean? And the guy was still landing right hands on him, from what I heard. I haven't watched the fight, so. I'm not interested in those fights, and I guess most fight fans are not interested in those fights. We were interested in Carissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. That stimulates our interest. Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor too. These kinds of fights are what we want to see. Now, if you're defending your championship en route to seeing you in a big fight against somebody, of course we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch to see you, defend your championship, because we know what's coming next. That's what fight fans want. We want excitement. We want to see the big fights. And obviously, the fighters want big fights because they get big money when they have big fights. So we all on the same page. So just make it happen. Stop this. Listen, mental illness is something that a lot of people have, okay? To varying degrees, okay? If your mental illness is not life-threatening, and boxing is what you do anyway, and boxing's supposed to be your outlet to help you with your mental illness, then why the hell wouldn't you box? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? We already know boxers are a little crazy in the head. They get a little crazy. They always been a little crazy. All right? So it's nothing when we talk about mental illness. It's weird when I hear a boxer pull out of a fight for mental illness. To me, that's a bit of a problem. Unless, of course, your brain ain't working right, like Jermaine Taylor. That's a totally different story. But I don't understand that. I'll be honest with you. Tyson Fury never pulled out of no damn fight. Okay? He got mental illness. All right? He suffers from depression, and he suffers from suicidal tendencies at times. But the ninja fights. Okay? He a little crazy. Like right now, he's doing a lot of horse shit. But the ninja fights. He never pulled out of no damn fight. You know what I mean? Why are these fighters pulling out of fights? All right? Ryan Garcia did it. But at least he faced the guy that he was supposed to face. Now we see Adrian Broner doing it. And Adrian Broner's not a guy I know to duck or dodge nobody. He always wants to smoke. But it could see that for some reason he decided to pull out the fight. And it wasn't because of just mental illness. I don't think so. Because this is the week of the fight coming down to it. Whatever the reason is, it ain't because of mental illness. Because you could be mentally ill, but you could fight. Right? And that's totally different. You know, you can fight, you can fight. So I don't think that's why Adrian Broner, and like Omar Figueroa now, he's suffering from mental illness, but he's going through with the fight. You know what I mean? Figueroa's going through with the fucking fight. That tells me that again, you know, mental illness does not stop you from doing what you need to do. But hey, kudos to Adrian Broner. Anyway, hope he gets himself in order. It's very disappointing for us as fans. I can tell you that. We are always disappointed with that, especially if people get tickets and stuff, and they're starting to gear up for a fight, and then they hear their fight's off. But thankfully, Sergio Lipinets has stepped in to have that fight with Omar Figueroa. So kudos to Sergio Lipinets for saving that fight because you know, man, some people, I don't know, man. Some people, you can feel that Adrian Broner is a kind of what we call those guys, um, prima donna. He's a prima donna. You know, he has tantrums. He carries on. He feels the world circulates around him for some reason, and he carries on, and he really disrespects a lot of people in the sport who've been helping him along the way and trying to still help him as it is. You know, he kind of is a spoiled brat, like Omar Figueroa said. I do agree with that. Whether he has real issues or real problems, I mean, that don't stop boxers from boxing, though. You know, so I'm just saying, if you call yourself a boxer, then do what you do. Do what you do. Get it done in the ring. If you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. But just be an exciting fight. I like to back fighters. I like to respect fighters. But like Gervonta Davis be saying, and like Omar Figueroa be saying, when you pull out of a fight, you just put the other guy. You just had him to hang high and dry. The other guy now, what he's supposed to do, right? And he also got mental problems. It's not like you're the only person with mental problems in the world. You know what I mean? So it's, you know, it is what it is though. Um, Again, I'm not disrespecting Adrian Broner when I say that uh, if it's mental problems that you say, you know, mental health issues, well, fine, sort yourself out. But just remember this: if you got mental health issues and you don't think you can box, then get the fuck out of the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of the sport and sort yourself out. Don't take no damn fight and then pull out the fucking fight because of mental health issues. That's all I'm saying. Okay? So sort your shit out, but don't be trying to get no fight. If mental health is such an issue for you, then don't fucking fight. But if mental health is not a big issue for you, then deal with your shit and get ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna get people who are gonna disrespect you for that, and they already got guns blazing at your ass. So I'm just saying, if this is some prima donna shit that you're trying to pull, then you know everybody's just gonna say fuck you, Adrian Broner, and nobody gonna ride with you. But if you're serious about the sport, like I think you are, then please don't play these dumb ass games with people. You're either gonna box professionally or you're gonna fucking retire. But pick one. Sav Harris says AB Def needs to put them gloves down because mental health definitely is an issue of his and focus on his growth and development. Man, he need help for a long time. But everybody, listen, bro. Don't tell me you don't have mental health issues. Don't tell me I don't have mental health issues. We all have mental health issues, okay? I'm not trivialize it, but I'm just saying. If your job is a boxer, if you box, right? That's what you do. Okay? That's where your bread and butter comes from. You handle your mental health issues on the side. But you definitely need to deal with what's going on before you in the ring. You've been training. He's been training for what? 12 months? 16 months? 16 weeks? It's a long time this motherfucker been training. Now, he got mental health issues the week of the fucking fight? Please. Please. You know what I'm saying? So, you're either in the sport or you're not in the sport. He got to make up his mind. He says he has a passion for the sport. I know he has a passion for the sport. But motherfucker need to make up his goddamn mind because you can't be pulling out of fights. saying it's mental health. You can't be doing that. We talking about millions of dollars just gonna go up in the air. The promoters, all these people put all this money into this fucking fight, and you just gonna throw it away for fucking mental health. You know what I'm saying? This is not a joke, right? People need to know what they're doing, and this might be Adrian Broner's last chance because, Al Heyman, Floyd Mayweather, all these people been trying to help this dude. They've been trying to help this dude. And if he's fucking around, if you hear Tank rides with Adrian Broner, Tank tries to help out Adrian Broner. When you hear Tank saying that shit about Adrian Broner, you know Tank is pissed that Adrian Broner pulled out of that fight because he's probably pulling a card. Adrian Broner has, Adrian Broner's a fun guy. Let's be real. I don't think of Adrian Broner as a bad person or anything. I know he works his ass off. I just don't understand why he pulled out the fight. He must be afraid that Omar Figueroa would overwhelm his ass and he'd get another loss or something. I don't know what was wrong with this ninja. But this ninja need to not sort necessarily the shelf up here, but he needs to get his priorities straight. All right? Get his fucking priorities straight. Because he can fight. The question is, what is wrong with you? Do you feel the world somehow circulates around you because so many people been helping your ass out? I'm pulling you out of some very difficult situations. And we know these guys been riding with him. We know, man, Al Heyman has done a lot for Adrian Broner. A lot. And this motherfucker keep on disrespecting Al Heyman, disrespecting different people. He just throw tantrum after tantrum. And I'm thinking, man, you fucking up your own damn life. You're the one fucking up your life. You got good advice for other people, then you fucking up your own life. So why are you now turning around? You blast Floyd Mayweather. You blast fucking Al Heyman. Okay? These are the guys giving you the fucking fights, setting you up because you feel Al Heyman has money for you. Al Heyman's saving money for your dumb ass. He owed back 10 grand from you because he knows he needs to deposit that in an investment so you can have a fucking future instead of blowing your fucking money. Adrian Broner. That's why he held back the 10 mil. So you can have a fucking future. You don't have to be in boxing all forever. Because you fought your ass off. So he's trying to invest money in something where you don't have to worry about money when your career's over. Man, this dude. So anyway, and he does it publicly. He publicly vents his shit in the open. As if he has an issue with Al Heyman and Steven Espinoza. Steven Espinoza and Al Heyman been helping your ass. That's why you get in these fights. They've been trying to help you. I don't get this dude, man. Hold on a second. I mean, Sam Harris says people with those issues aren't genuine with anyone, even themselves. I definitely agree. The public venting ain't the root. Social media ain't the doctor. Man, Broner been through a lot. Don't get me wrong. He been in prison for all kinds of shit. But most celebrities, man, do all kinds of stupid shit, okay? They do all kinds of stupid shit. So this is not something strange, okay? But the thing with Broner, he's such a nice guy. He really is a nice guy. Broner's a really nice guy. If y'all don't know, Broner's probably the nicest guy you'll ever meet. Motherfuckers be fucking up his life, man. He be fucking up his life. You know what I mean? He be fucking up the people who really riding and dying with him. And they just have to distance themselves from him. They have to step back because he gonna destroy them. He gonna hurt them. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand the dude, man. So as to the mental health issues, man, everybody got mental health issues. Like I said before, follow through with the fucking fight. I don't care what happened, man. Follow through with the fight, man. You gotta follow through. You can't be now you bucking. If you can't even go through with a fight, you know what that means? it means it's time to hang it up. Like Sav Harris said, it's time to hang it up. You had an illustrious career. You faced some of the best fighters in the world. You faced Manny Pacquiao, a living legend. He's now on your resume. You did very well, Adrian Broner. Okay, he had a hell of a career. What the hell is that? You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, this dude need to understand, man. You can't be doing the prima donna shit on people, man. He being a prima donna, and you accomplished a lot. Don't get it twisted. You accomplished a lot. Jokes aside, but dude, you being prima donna on people who are helping you, people that are trying to get you some money, trying to get you some cash. Whether you win or lose against Omar Figueroa, you gonna get that check. What are you doing? Why are you fucking up the money? You're fucking up the money. How they gonna do business with you if you fucking up the money? They can't do business with you. That's bad business. That's bad business, Adrian Broner. And that's what Gervonta's in your ass for. If you knew you had mental health disorders, like, who doesn't know? I mean, if you didn't know that so many weeks before this fucking fight, why the hell now, the week of the fucking fight, you gonna look to pull out and call it mental health issues? So you can't fight? You can't fight. You can't go in there and let's do your fucking job. Just do your job. You lose, whatever. But at least you did it. And you faced another world champion. I don't get this dude, man. Like y'all said, maybe it's time for him to hang up the gloves. Maybe boxing ain't his thing anymore. Let me say this, because y'all need to understand. I don't hate Adrian Broner. I love the dude. All right, this dude came up from, this dude been in jail a number of times. He has a difficult life, and he still was able to make it through and become a multimillionaire. Okay? So this dude done in his life what I've never done in my life. I've never made that kind of money. Okay? I've not achieved that kind of success. I've never been that good at what I do that I reached that level in the world. And my brand and my name is so big. I am not slighting this dude. Okay? I'm just a YouTuber on YouTube talking about boxing. So I hope everybody's clear on that. That dude has his own company and everything, and he has him and all of that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, as a fan, you can't be doing that shit. You can't be telling us, and we waiting for a fight to come, and then at the last minute, you pull yourself out of the fight. You dig what I'm saying? And then you blame mental health for it. And some of the guys in boxing is looking at you saying that's bullshit. Gervonta Tank Davis has mental health issues. Everybody knows that. We've seen him in the media and we've seen some problems he's had. But he went through it and he's making money. He is making mint. Teofimo Lopez has mental health issues. Didn't he fight this weekend? He fought last weekend. Okay? Kambosos, all of these guys, they come up hard. You come up hard, you're going to have mental health issues. You're going to have to balance yourself out. There's going to be imbalances. Fucking Angel Garcia. We know he has mental health issues. But Angel Garcia is funny as hell. When you come from nothing and build yourself into something, it's the good attributes in you that got you there. Doesn't mean you're a perfect person. Obviously, most people have mental health issues. Most people. The people who persevere and become successful in spite of their mental health issues is because they have some other qualities that help them to go further. Right? So all I'm saying, I'm not disrespecting mental health, by the way. It is a very serious problem. I've had people who committed suicide, died. I have people who've been schizophrenic and violent. I've seen people flip out. I've seen all kinds of shit happen. Okay, I myself have been through some shit. I myself have had some mental health issues. So let's make it abundantly clear. I'm not trivializing it, but what I'm saying is, and I want you guys to get me right. Can't use that as an excuse to get out of a fucking fight, man. Come on now. Bottom line, you've been what you've been. You've been what you've been since goddamn your beginning of your career. You had that. You was rolling with that shit, that baggage since the beginning of your fucking. In fact, you was rolling with that shit since you was in the home and people was beating your ass up, or you was beating people's ass up. We all know you come from fucked up beginnings, Adrian Broner. You and your brother. Your father, made the most of the situation. We know how crazy it is out there. And y'all made it. So don't tell me you can't make it through this situation and then deal with your situation at the same time. Come on, man. Y'all come from the hard knocks. Anyway, but Broner, he's turning out to be a good man, good father. Taking care of his kids and everything, taking care of his household, taking care of his people. I just wanted to see him get his bag. And see if he could handle Omar Figueroa, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm not against this dude. I'm not a hater. All right? I don't hate Broner. I like him. He was good for boxing, and he still is good for boxing. Hear him speak, comment on certain fighters and stuff, and he knows his boxing. He really knows his boxing. So I don't hate Broner. But I gotta say, man, and this dude don't duck and dodge nobody. Broner never ducked and dodged nobody. We all know this. Broner will step up to the plate and fight whoever. So this was, it does. In the back of my head, I'm like, God damn, what is going on with this dude, right? But at the end of the day, I'm disappointed that he's not facing Omar Figueroa. Sergio Lipinets versus Omar Figueroa, it's a good fight still. It's still a good fight, but it's not Broner versus Figueroa. You know what I mean? And then Ryan Garcia, I understand what he's saying about mental thing, but that's not a reason to pull the fuck out of a fight, man. Listen. Y'all need to understand. If money is involved in making a fight happen, right? Promoters, networks have to put out fucking money before they get money back. So when your dumbass, right? When your dumbass say, I'm gonna pull out a fight, right? When you say you gonna pull out of a fight, do understand. I saw Jake Paul do it too. When I see people pulling out of fights, unless you got a goddamn good reason, and the goddamn good reason had to be an injury, a really bad injury, physical. What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you? I'm not saying mental illness is not important. And yeah, you need to get your mind right. And you may be decaying to a point where it's becoming dangerous. I get it. But at the end of the day, as with all things, we have to continue fighting. You can't quit. You can't quit. Oh, anyway, it is what it is. I mean, what am I? Who am I to speak? Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? We'll see. We'll see. Who am I to judge? I'm just disappointed. What you need in the building, man? Like, share, subscribe. My PayPal. Try and put it somewhere down there, so you guys could donate if you want to PayPal. Sav Harris says, I know you care about boxing, not biases. But when I hear and see Broner, even down to the cancellation of the fight, it's just a telltale sign of his mental illness. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. But still. Man. It is what it is. They just move on to the next. Lost opportunity, man. He was a good fighter, though. He's a good fighter. I don't know if we'll ever see him again, um, boxing somebody of note. I don't know. I'm supposed to be at 140, I think. Is what it is. Bruno's a nice guy, though. I want to say that. He's a real nice guy. I wish him nothing but the best. Yeah. Um, that's what I got for now. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. I'm what you need. I'm eating some food and then I'm going to do some other things. I might do another video unboxing. So if you guys want to pass through, chop it up. Joshua versus Usyk is this weekend, so should be interesting. On the undercard, one of my favorite fighters in boxing, Badr Jack, is going to be coming back to do another fight. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know how. Most people say Usyk's going to win the rematch between Joshua and himself. But you know, Robert Garcia does a good homework on fighters. Has experience with other fighters facing really good fighters and finding holes in their defense. So I really don't know. I don't know what to make of this fight. Joshua definitely wants that win. So I really can't judge the fight. I don't know what. Maybe I should just watch what they're doing on mitts and stuff. It may give me an idea of what they may be doing in the fight. But Usyk's a good fighter, man. And you know, they always say when a good boxer beats another boxer, they know what to do the second fight around. They make the win even easier. So we'll see. We'll see. What you need bouncing out of here. You guys have a good one. Blessings.